Gemini, welcome to your weekly reading for July 18th to the 24th. Let's get started here. For Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising, see what messages we have for you for the week ahead, keeping in mind that these are general readings and may not resonate for everyone, so just take the messages that do, leave the rest behind. Check out your other placements. And let's get started here. Okay, for Gemini. Okay, the Close Encounters card is the first one out for you. Let me just set you up here. Close Encounters. As you can see, we've got this beautiful butterfly in a cage and a whole bunch of beautiful light illuminating that cage. And so this could be a very interesting message for you to receive this week, particularly if you've been feeling a little trapped, if you've been feeling like, you know, a little bit vulnerable and feeling kind of trapped a little bit with some energy that's needing maybe an adjustment in terms of your boundaries. Okay, so it's interesting. You may need to let go of something that you're hanging on to that's sort of creating a mask, if you will, or you may be in a situation where you have to step outside of that comfort zone, right? This is all about boundaries. So it's either that your boundaries are too high or you have no boundaries. Do you know what I mean? It's one of the two this week. So you'll have to see where you're feeling with that, Gemini. But this is definitely a time where we've either built the walls up so high around us so that no one can hurt us again, or we have no boundaries and everything is sort of hitting us in a very raw way, and it's really impacting things, right? So this is an intriguing card to start your reading, because it really makes me feel like right now the message for you is that there's no reason to defend yourself. You can just be truly who you are without needing to have any walls up, right? You can just be you. Sometimes we build these walls up, not so much because we're afraid of other people hurting us, but we're afraid to be seen. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like that kind of energy, that you don't want people to see you for the authentic you that you really are. And it's that idea that you could be wearing a mask to protect yourself. You could have walls up to guard yourself, or you could be sort of just pretending all the time. And so then it's not like you have no boundaries. You're just pretending. You're not being authentic. Does that make sense? Like, I think you'll have to sit with that and see where that fits for you, Gemini. But it's interesting. It sort of feels like right now you're being guided to step outside of any boundaries, outside of any cage, to realize that that cage door is open and you can fly out of it at any time. You just sort of need to just be okay leaning into who you are, and not necessarily feeling like you need to have walls up to protect yourself, because that means that you don't feel safe. You know, like if we feel the need to protect ourselves, it's because we don't feel safe being in our own skin out loud. And so that's an interesting piece of shadow work to work on, to be like, why do I feel like I can only step outside when I have my mask on? Or why do I feel that by being authentically me, I must hide that? Right? This is intriguing, Gemini. Some big shadow work questions coming up for you. Let's see. There's the 9 of Wands coming up. Let's get all your cards out first. 10 of Pentacles upright. So by stepping out of your boundaries, you could be walking into something very prosperous. You've got the Hermit card coming out as well. So again, this is a week of shadow work, of really trying to understand the self. And we see the Queen of Swords, which to me is the ultimate figure in self-defense mechanisms. So you could be seeing the Queen of Swords right now because you're seeking the truth, but you're very sharp You're very clear and sharp. You're defending yourself because you're seeking the truth on something. But there's the Page of Wands in reverse on the bottom of the deck, which makes me feel like right now you could be, like when we're overly protective of ourselves, we tend to encounter moments that sort of spark a how dare you experience. And those how dare you experiences can be very, very much a teaching moment for us, because we realize that we're so protective of ourselves that if someone tries to, sort of interfere with that, we immediately get our guard up, and it's like, how dare you? How dare you threaten my safety? How dare you, how dare you? It's a moment where we feel so offended by something that someone has done, and usually it's a signifier of where we need to do some work within. Do you know what I mean? This is very interesting, actually. That Nine of Wands is sort of bringing me to a place, because it's in reverse, where I feel like asking whether or not there is something happening here around trust, because you're really holding on to an old battle here, and you're trapped. Like I was saying earlier, it's like you're trapped. You're trapped in that cage. You're trapped in your own defenses, right? Because you have had something maybe happen in the past where you trusted that you were safe, and then something happened to show you that you weren't safe. So there is a need to release an old story here, and not to give up, like to sort of push past this idea that you can't be who you are and be safe. This is very interesting, Gemini. I wonder what's going on here for you exactly, because I feel like right around the corner there is something very prosperous here with that Ten of Pentacles. It's just like, it's just on, that Ten of Pentacles lies just outside of your comfort zone. And so it's like, will you take the risk to just be authentically you and move outside of that comfort zone, that those boundaries that are keeping you safe? In your mind, they're keeping you safe, but they're actually just keeping you very limited, and you're hiding, right? You're hiding who you are. You're hiding your true self. And the Hermit is here to guide you to sort of reflect on, well, why am I doing that? What is this experience teaching me about myself? That I don't feel safe, that I don't trust people, that maybe you feel like this Ten of Pentacles moment isn't possible if you are being authentic, but it is. I feel like that is the path to this Ten of Pentacles, is that by accepting yourself and feeling like safe regardless of this cage, just being you, being authentically you out loud, then it's almost like you're almost denying yourself this if you're not willing to step outside of that comfort zone. This lies just outside of that. And I feel like seeing the Queen of Swords is very interesting, because that's a Libra energy, but it's interesting because I feel like we're seeing the Queen of Swords because you're very much able to discern things mentally, like with your mind, your thoughtful mind, you're able to sort of make decisions very wisely and logically, right? And with a lot of integrity and honesty. But what aren't you being honest to yourself about right now? And I look right back at that Nine of Wands, that you're hiding out in your comfort zone, and you're limiting yourself in there, like you've trapped yourself, and it's because of something that happened in the past. So it's like, can you remain open? Can you remain open and authentic? That's the question, right? And you are at a crossroads. There's the Two of Wands. There's the Sun. You've got to be more optimistic about that the possibility that there is a new beginning. There's that Ace of Pentacles. It's in reverse. Page of Cups is also in reverse. And there's the Four of Pentacles, leaving us with the Tower on the bottom. So This is truth time, my friends, my Gemini friends. This is time to really accept something. You may have to accept that these boundaries have to come down, okay? Just like the tower has to come down, your boundaries have to come down. You have to come out of that cage. It's time to just be yourself, to be authentic without fear, right? There's that Four of Pentacles telling me that you're afraid to let go of this. You're afraid to really just be yourself. And that Ace of Pentacles in reverse, it's a gift. That is a gift from the universe. That is a new beginning, but it's almost like you're afraid. Again, there's a fear of risk. There's a fear of this idea that you've missed something, you've missed an opportunity. It's like you have some story from the past that is convincing you a new beginning isn't possible. And you may be missing the signs because you're sort of sitting in this pessimistic mindset that says, I've missed an opportunity, or I missed my chance. It's over. And it's like there is a crossroads there. The Two of Wands is sitting there saying you can still choose another direction. You can still choose another path. But again, you feel insecure, you feel fearful, you feel stuck in the past, worried about whether or not you can do something or not. It's very interesting. Do you welcome change in your life right now, Gemini? Or are you feeling stuck and sort of you've become complacent with that? Like you've sort of accepted this. And I feel like we're seeing some cards here that suggest that you're wanting to break free from this, but you're not sure if you can trust. Something happened to shake up your trust. And I feel like it's needing a shift. You're needing a shift in your mindset because right now you're sort of shackled to this. We see that Devil card hanging out below the Tower card and the Ace of Swords. So it's like there is this really prosperous outcome on the other side of your comfort zone. If you can step outside of it, it will be a whole new world with that Ace of Pentacles, Page of Cups, the Sun card. Own your divine power is the card you received. It says here, replace codependent people-pleasing with assertiveness and empowerment. I feel like that is an interesting message for you, especially the assertiveness and empowerment. Bottom of the deck is release negativity from within or around you. So very interesting here, Gemini. You're really needing to clear out these stories from the past that have kept you sort of hiding out behind those walls in that cage, really sort of hiding behind something that is going to shatter. Like the Tower card is you're going to realize very soon that this defense that you've been hiding behind it's coming crashing down, because your path is destined for something else, not for playing it small. You're being guided to really lean in here and to be authentic and to express yourself. And so I think even if you feel comfortable in your hiding area, wherever that is, behind these defense mechanisms, wearing a mask, in this cage, that's all going to shift soon. And so you might want to sort of start reflecting on this now so that you're ready for it and this doesn't catch you by surprise, right? All right, my friends, I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading. If it's resonated for you, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing. And if you would like a personal reading, you can find the link for that in the description below. All right, I'm sending you so much love and light, and we'll see you again soon for another reading. Take care.